Welcome to this episode of my Women Empowerment Wednesday show. My name is Jessica DSB. Enjoy this episode. We are live. Happy Wednesday. It's Women Empowerment Wednesday. Welcome to all of you that will be watching live. Welcome to all of you that will be watching replay. If you are watching live, type live in the comments so that we know that you're part of this conversation with us today. If you're watching replay, let me know what you'll like best about this conversation. I'm super excited. So for those that are just, seeing me for the first time, my name is Jessica. I'm a proud mom. I'm a flight attendant for the past 10 years. Passionate world traveler. I'm the founder of the Women Empowerment Wednesday show, and I'm also a 2 times best international selling author. I'm super excited to be with all of you today. Yes, normally it's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The real reason is I did not calculate that my daughter is in a new school and she was done at 3, so it's not going to work. I will readjust for next week. So thank you for your understanding. Thank you for all that you're watching already live. Comments so that we can interact with each other. So what is the Women Empowerment Wednesday show? It's a weekly Facebook Live, 3 p.m. every week, where I have a conversation with a special guest. And these conversations are empowering, inspiring, touching. This is not only a conversation with me and the special guest, but I want this to be a movement. I want to bring these conversations in the lives of the people that you care about. So let's do this as a community. Join my Facebook group, Women Empowerment by Jessica DSB. Let's create that community together because we do rise together. So I'm super excited for today's guest. And before I introduce her, I want to remind you, I am doing a special edition of 8 weeks minimum. I said maybe more, probably more, but 8 weeks of having flight attendants as special guests because, as most of you know, I am a flight attendant. I haven't worked with this pandemic for almost in a year. I thought it was very important to start 2021 and having my fellow colleagues, family from the sky, to share their story of how they've been during this pandemic, but also what they've done in their life during that, and to have that empowering conversation with all of you. So welcome that everybody that's watching live. Isabelle, Marie-Ève, Mario, Isabelle says, je t'aime, Tia. Welcome. So who is my special guest today? Miss Karina Gonzalez, flight attendant, my super colleague. I haven't had the pleasure to work with you on the plane, but to work with you on other projects. We'll get to that. Has been a flight attendant for 3 years and grew up in Argentina. Been here since I think 12 years old and studied multimedia graphic design. So I can't wait for her to share what she's been up in the last year. Welcome to the call, Karina.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank
you for this opportunity. This privilege is. I'm very excited, but I'm nervous. Have this side of me that doesn't like to, be spot like that. But thank you so much. It's such a great honor, opportunity, and so I can open my heart and share with this loving people this great journey that I've been.
Yes. I love it. And don't worry, just breathe. You'll see that the beginning is more stressful. And then by the end, you'll be like, okay, can we do this longer? I want to share with all people that are watching. Hello, Geneviève, Gabriella. Welcome. Hey, miss you ladies. Oh my God, I can't wait to fly with all of you again. So I want to share, Karina, I've not had the pleasure to work with you on a flight. However, I've had the honor to meet you a few months back because you were going to freelance, and I'll let you share all the details, but I've had the honor to connect with you And right away, I remember the first phone call was like over an hour, and we talked so much, right? There was so much energy happening and so much alignment and the stories and then the sharing. And I was like, I love this lady. Like, I can't wait for us to collaborate. So let me hear from you who you are, a bit more of, where you came from and why you chose to be here today.
Sure. Well, first of all, I had the same vibe with you when we started speaking. It felt like we were in the back galley, talking to each other up in the air, and just, being ourselves and share intimate stuff. And it was great. We really connected. Thank you for that moment. So I'll start with sharing with you guys that, yes, I was born in Argentina, Patagonia, South America. I come from this little town surrounded by huge mountains. It's like Banff here in Canada.
Right.
So I left that beautiful place when I was 7 years old. And I was really sad to leave that place. I was scared. I didn't know what to expect outside that beautiful bubble. So I left with my parents to start a new journey, and we went to Switzerland for 4 years to meet with my grandparents, and we tried, to start a new life there. So my first experience taking an aircraft was actually from Chile. We took a plane with Lufthansa, and we flew to Frankfurt, Germany. And then we flew with Swiss Air to Switzerland. And this is where that moment, I got that little seed that kind of, stayed in me of like, wow, this is such a wonderful experience, being up in the air, looking at the sky. And even though I was super scared and not happy, that experience for me was, the starting point of this passion I have for, traveling the world, learning about new cultures. For me, Switzerland was like China. Like I didn't know what to expect. I had to learn German, and I also learned Italian there. So yeah, that also connected me to, be able to speak many languages and open myself to the world, right? And then we had to move to Canada. I was sad to leave that country again, going to a new journey, new adventure again with my parents, not knowing what to expect. And we ended up landing here in Quebec, Montreal. That is my home. Quebec is my home. Quebec, it's very dear to me. Discovered a very interesting culture here in Quebec.
We are very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank God your parents decided to come here. If not, I would have not met you, and all of these amazing people watching would not have gotten to meet you. So
oh, same for me. If my parents would not, taken that risk and say, let's go for a better future. Let's see what's out there. Let's take that risk. We want to give you a space where you can grow and learn and, learn about new cultures, etc. And they chose the right place because here in Quebec, we're so multicultural, right? So I ended up learning French first, which is the second language I managed best, I would say. So it was just a wonderful experience.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, please.
I did not mute my phone, guys. Sorry. It happened. Okay, sorry. Now I'm cutting you off. Let me just say a few hi. She said Alexa's watching. Véronique, hello, Danny. Isabelle says tellement, en plus dans mon quartier, so in my area. Oh, love it, love it. I want you to continue sharing your story, but I just want to do a quick. Today we picked. We're gonna talk about living your dream, believing in them, and so I just want to if you're just joining conversation now, I want to tell you that at 7 years old, when Karina took her first flight, to Switzerland, that's when like she said, that little seed was planted. And so as she's going to continue sharing her story, we're going to see why we picked believing in your dream and living your dream and going for them. Okay, so I'll let you continue.
Yes, what I'm sharing right now eventually will make sense, right?
Exactly.
You will understand why I share all those little details.
No, and I want you to, right? And it's going to be a longer story, so I want to make sure that you're sharing the whole part, right?
Exactly, exactly. So now that you know how was my journey immigrating from one country to another, my main hub became Quebec. Yes. And then a few years later, again, this urge of wanting to go discover the world came to me when I was a teenager. And remember, I bought my first ticket to go back to Chile, see my grandparents who are Chilean. Took a flight by myself, and for me, it was such an achievement as a teenager to say, I can fly by myself. This is awesome. I feel so free. I'm escaping, I'm awesome. So again, that feeded that, that sparkle inside of me of wanting to discover the world. Right. And I started thinking a little bit more serious. How could I do this more often? Right. So that idea of, how could I do this more often? Boom, a light appeared, an idea came and say, wow, I could be a flight attendant, right? So beginning of my 20s, I tried to apply at Argentinian airline. It didn't work out. I applied at Air Canada when I was 24, almost 25. And I remember, this hotel downtown Plaza Zal where we were like millions, not thousands, sorry, not millions, but for me it was like millions, It's like 1,000 people, everybody going for the same dream, and you could see in their eyes the sparkles like, oh my God, I got here. And, and I remember I didn't like the approach because there was so much people, it was so intimidating, and we only had maybe 5 minutes in front, sitting in a chair in front of someone who's asking us all those questions, and I remember that this thought in my head is like, all those people are probably better than me. Ooh. And that's a limited belief. Right. And that's what made me, lose confidence in myself. And this is why I did not get chosen. Right? This is how I understand, the results of that event. And I kept that in the back of my mind, how I dealt with that moment where I was going for that dream and tried to learn a lesson. What was I missing? What do I need to go get out there for me to, and next time, if a new opportunity arises, for me to trust myself and not feed that limited belief. Right. Because it's sabotaging my dream. And I knew that I had a nice CV that was showing that, yes, I could be a good candidate, right? So anyways, I ended up eventually applying for a new job. I got hired with Air France downtown reservation department. For 4 years, I worked with them. Awesome team that loved traveling. And every time we had an opportunity, we would grab our standby tickets and we would go discover the world. And again, this idea of, well, maybe Air Canada eventually will reopen the pool for me to reapply. Right. But as time passed by, I kind of became like distant from that dream because of age. So I was like starting my 30th years, and I was like, oh, I had that wrong belief that flight attendants should start like around 20, 18, 19, 20, and that's it. For the rest, you're too old.
Right.
So that thought again made me stay still and not move and not take actions, right? And keep that dream like there, but for someone else again, right? I remember I used to see Air France flight attendants, and I'm like, wow, they're so lucky. They're so lucky, right? And then I remember one of my friends, very close friend of mine, Nancy Di Palma, childhood friend, was hitting, 39, 38, 39, 39 years old. And she buys me this beautiful cake. And the decor was a sky with planes.
Oh,
the person who did that cake is so talented. I'll post the picture of the cake so you guys can see it.
Please, I want to see.
And I was like, wow, this is so amazing, right? She remembered that I had that dream, right?
Right.
And then she comes with a beautiful gift. And again, this idea of, me thinking about this job. And make a long story short, I was working for an insurance company at that time. And one day, a flight attendant from Air Canada calls my line by mistake. She was supposed to be calling a completely other department, West Coast. And she ended up on our lines here in Quebec. And I see that she has an insurance with us. And I see that she's a flight attendant with Air Canada on her profile. And I remember I was listening to her voice, the way she would speak. She was so, wow. I had this, this idea of flight attendant. They're so free. They're so free, And I'm like, wow, what a kind person. She knows how to speak to people over the phone, etc. And then I'm like, you know what? I'll put myself on pause, on break, and I'm gonna go check if the pool is open with Air Canada. And I saw that the position was because for a while was not there, right? They were not hiring for a while, and boom, there they are again hiring people to become flight attendants. It could be Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, whatever. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have nothing to lose. Boom, I'm sending my CV. My CV is up to date. So we'll see what happens. 2 weeks later, I receive a call from Air Canada. They're interviewing me over the phone. I was so confident. I knew my game. I knew my game, and I was like, this is again an opportunity for you not to, instead believe in yourself. Tell them how passionate you are about traveling and that environment of, airlines and whatnot. And this is a door that is open again for you to escape from, the kind of job that I was not happy. I was not happy doing those jobs, I had 3 weeks of vacation a year, so I felt kind of like suffocating sometimes. It's like I need more time. Anyways, so I ended up being hired for Air Canada. And I went through all the linguistic tests also that were on my favor, right? So that's a winner again. So I started training, thinking that it would be, it's done, I'm in. I'm in. That's it. I'm in.
That's it.
And 2 weeks later, during the training, I failed 3 times, and they sent me back home. I just couldn't believe it. I was so like, this is not true. I mean, I have everything for this to, you know, become my new job. And I felt so, you know, I felt at my place with the rest of the people. Age was not an issue that I found out. There were other people like me in their 30s also going for that job, etc. And this is where something, when I went back home, I had the option of either saying, okay, let's give up on this dream.
Right.
You failed. That's it. Go back to your regular job. Go get your security, and that's it, right? Instead, I decided to keep a little door open and say, maybe I could go back. I was told by the trainers that I could come back. It wasn't because I had a bad behavior or anything. The rules were that if you fail some tests, even if it's a little stupidity, that's the game. You have to go back home. You can reapply eventually. So I'm like, well, they told me I could come back. So I will reapply. So I chose, I could add to the ingredients this element called determination in English, right? So let's keep that thought. Don't discourage yourself. You can still do it. You went so far already. You know you can do this. You'll just know better for the next round how to prepare yourself.
Right.
Because you and I know that the training is not easy.
I'm sorry, but I never would want to do that training ever again. Oh my God. And I know people that are watching can relate. Let me just say a few shout outs.
Do they?
I'm looking at you here. Hello, Marianne, Edith, Jennifer. She says, no one is better than you with the love.
Oh, wow.
Hello, Anani. Hello, Gordon. Welcome. She says, you're amazing, Karina. That's Anani. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right.
Yes.
Pili, hello, gorgeous. She says, hello, beautiful sisters. Derek, hi, welcome. Gabriella says, hello, what a beautiful story. Ketsia, welcome. She's great sister. Welcome to all of you watching. If you're watching live, type live in the comments. Continue to interact. I love this. I love to hear Karina's story. I'm so filled like with happiness and excitement right now. So I want to hear. I want to continue. Like, this is like a suspense movie you're watching. Oh my God, what's gonna happen next now? Even though I know what's happening next, but I'm like, okay. So after doing the training, you got you failed the 3 tests, and then you went back home, and you're like, I'm keeping that little hope. I'm keeping that little determination. You know, that's my dream, right? It's inside of me from a very, very young age, right? So I'll let you continue.
Thank you. So I remember one time years ago, I received that information, that knowledge, that when you really believe in something, you really want something, write it down on a paper, hide it somewhere, and just let the universe do the job for you. But it has to come from a space where it's done with true intentions. And at that point, I told myself, I don't have nothing to lose.
Right.
Because it's either I stay in the desperate mode of a scary mode where it's like, oh, am I gonna come back or not? It's like, no, never mind. You'll find something else while you wait, and write down on that little paper, and then put it on. I put it under my mattress, and I let it go. I allowed myself to have that moment where I was really, really sad. I was frustrated. I was not happy. But then I shifted to that other space where it was like, accept. it's not over yet. It's not over yet. And send that message to the universe. We'll see. We'll see. I ended up during 8 months waiting for that call. 8 months can be long, right? And in the meantime, I said, what else can I do that I'm good at?
Right.
And a very good friend of mine, she's like, I need a website. It's like, I'll do your website. And then I had little contracts here and there, you know, and started again in that field that I had studied years ago, but not. So I focused on that. Like, keep yourself occupied. And close to the end of that 8-month cycle, I had to start applying for a new job. And I applied for other airlines because some colleagues of mine from Air Canada were telling me, well, you know, like, just apply for another airline in case, you know. I was like, okay, sure, I should, you know. And I got I got 2 interviews, okay? And one of them, the way things went, I was not tuned, you know. I was like already sold for that other family airline that it felt so nice to be part of that team. So I was kind of like, how do you say the reculant?
Going backwards. You felt like you were going backwards.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, thank you for the opportunity. But inside of me, I already had my coup de cœur, like, right? Yeah. Anyway, so the second time I go for an interview, this time I have to go to Toronto. I had no idea where I was going. I took a bus from my friend's house, went to the interview, and during my bus ride, I've chosen a nice music, empowering music for me to be ready for that interview. It's time to move on, right? You know, with that idea. When I go outside the bus, I realized the way I was dressed, my colors did not fit the other company I was applying for. They were fitting Air Canada's colors, you know? And I was like, okay, my subconscious is really, really weird right now. I had this blue marine coat, this red scarf, you know? And anyways, I was like, what's going on with you? You really cannot let go, eh? And then when the bus passed away, I started listening to my music. I look at the right, and what do I see? I see the huge, big red leaf from Air Canada. So basically, I ended up going to a place to apply for another company that was right beside, on the other side, it was Pearson, Toronto Pearson. It was the airport. And I saw the big leaf. And I remember I looked at it, this is ironic. Like, I don't know how to think, you know. I was just like, you know, I was already stressed to go to that other interview. And then I remember I was with my headphones listening to my music. It's going to be fine. Huh? And then I do this. I look at the leaf and it was like, I'll be back. That's what I said, you know. And it's between me and me. So
right,
who cares, you know? I just felt that I wanted to say that, you know, like, I'll be back. You know? So I ended up not getting the other job. Right. And a couple of weeks later, Canada calls me back. And there I am, back in my journey. You know, when you feel that this is the Camino that I was looking for, you know, and there I was again, transferred to Toronto, 3 months, commuting from Montreal, Toronto. It was hard, yes. I reached, you know, that level where I could say I accomplished a dream. And I kind of start understanding how we need to set our minds to reach and materialize those dreams, right?
Oh, I'm so inspired, even though this is probably the third time I hear you share this story. I'm like, I want to acknowledge you for the way you speak, the way you send your story, you send your message and believing your dreams. It's really, really, anyways, it gets to me. I'm sure people that are watching are really being touched by this conversation, by this story. So let me know in the comments. Are you feeling the same way I am? Because I love how you speak. Hello, Miriam, Grace, Elizabeth. Welcome to all of you. Keep posting if you're watching live. We're talking about believing it, and I'm telling you, if you're just joining now, please go watch the replay from the beginning and hear the whole story. It will make sense, okay? So believing in your dream, and I love what you shared about writing it on the paper, because I didn't share this with you, but this morning I had a dream. And I was dreaming that I was in my house at a party, and these young kids, like maybe 20, 22 years old, were talking about creating their 2021, and they were saying, okay, I'm gonna have a 7-figure business, and I'm gonna have, like, and they were like really manifesting and verbalizing what they wanted to create, and going for their dreams. And I stepped in and I said, guys, I'm telling you, you have to be clear. This isn't my dream. You have to be clear on what you want and speak it and write it, because it happens. It happens. There's so many examples in my life and other people's life that when you do have that thought, you write it down and you speak it, it happens. And how many years, like, in your case, Karina, from age 7 to age 39, right? So a lot of people will say, man, it's too long, I don't want to, I'm gonna give up and I'm just gonna do something else, right? But you didn't do that. So it comes, my question to you, I'm sure it's gonna hit somebody right now. Why at age 39 you did not say, come on, Karina, I'm 39, I shouldn't start a flight attendant career at that age, right? So why you didn't let that limiting belief come? Because I'm sure it came. No, did it come?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was one of my concerns. But then I reminded myself that we are in a country where we are not that discriminated because of age, right? Mm-hmm. So in my application, when I filled out my application,
right,
there was no age restriction, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm in shape, I'm healthy.
You look good. You look so young. Come on, you don't even fit. You're 10 years younger. Minimum.
if it doesn't show that much, but I mean, for me, it was like, I have that space where I can let go that limited belief.
Right.
And yes, I'm not 20 to start this journey, and at the same time, I reminded myself that my other experiences in customer service, all those years, will bring me in, will allow me, being part of a team, to be someone that can really contribute something positive, right? Having all that experience, so it's like, and it did, and I could confirm eventually when I, went with the team, flying around the world, situations that we go through sometimes that, I'm not saying that a 20-year-old cannot handle, but someone that has been a little bit out there, knows how to handle a little bit better, a panic attack on board, for example. Right?
Oh, can you share that story with the lady that did have that panic attack? Was she having? No, she was nervous because she was traveling by herself. Remember, you tell me the story and you really stood by her and you reassured her. So let me hear you. How did you empower passengers on board?
Well, for that story I shared with you, what happened is that this lady was traveling from West Coast to East Coast to meet with her sister.
Right.
But because her sister informed her that she had a very bad disease where she was becoming completely aveugle, how you say?
Blind.
Blind, yes. And that she had an episode like that where like she was completely blind, you know, a very particular disease, I don't remember. And she came to us back in the galley, beginning of our flight, and she informed us that she was not doing well.
Yeah.
Because there was a family member that she needed to reach in East Coast, and she was so nervous, and she was asking us, you know, for aperitif, because she could not handle that situation. And it was a long trip, right, from Vancouver, Montreal, and then Montreal, take another aircraft, whatnot.
Right.
So I had the opportunity to be close to her. So from my jump seat, I could see her, how, you know, her hands were shaking. She was crying. She couldn't control herself. She was looking at me and apologizing. And she was telling me, I'm so sorry, you know, and she was cleaning her tears. And I felt like, oh, no, it's the opposite. Like, you chose the right person here. Any of us, we have that beautiful job that allows us to take the lead and put ourselves out there and show our empathy and show our humanity and reassure them. And also, we have that beautiful training that allows us also to give, you know, medical assistance, right? If they need something, we know how to handle some situations, right? So yeah, I sent her that message, say, no, it's fine, it's fine. So when I was able to, after turbulence, took off the
Jump seat or the seat belt.
seat belt.
It's been too long. We were not working. Can't remember the terms.
I need a new training.
No. I'm telling you,
No.
One flight. That's all you need. One flight.
Yeah, but yeah, so I was chosen in that moment to, you know, I was the closest one to her seat to go see her, you know, hold her hands and say, listen, it's going to be fine. And we are there for you. And just let us know if you need something, you know, ring the touch a little light and we'll come to you, right? And I understand how you must feel. It's not easy. Focus on, you know, watching a movie, read a book, you know, and know that you are not alone. We are accompanying you. I remember when we landed, she gave all of us a hug, huge hug. And she said to us, I don't know how I could have made this trip without you guys. Because she was really, you know, emotionally like a roller coaster. She was like, panic. And then it's like, oh, well, you know, what can I do? And she was really not feeling well emotionally, psychologically, something was off, you know. But we had that opportunity, you know, to show her that we're not just there to give water to people every 50 minutes, 30 minutes, right? We can do more. And that's what I love about this job. And I don't know when I'm going to come back, but I keep in mind that I have, through those 3 years, oh my God, so many stories. So same as my colleagues, you know, who've been out there like you, 10 and more years. You guys have so many stories, so many inspiring stories also, right? That we share, and it's just amazing.
Thank you for who you are, Karina, because you made a decision. You made a decision that you're not just a flight attendant serving water, right? You're gonna go beyond, and you're using all those years of customer service, but also in the way that you show up every single day by being, you know, that big person and being a contribution for other people. It's beautiful to see. So thank you for being who you are. Karine says Karina is a remarkable woman. Pili says you're amazing. Genevieve says absolutely. Jennifer says, you are very inspiring, Karina, and I'm so happy you didn't let go of that dream because you are an amazing flight attendant. Hi, Mirka. Pili sends some love. I'm loving this. Thank you, ladies, and men that are watching, but thank you for being a contribution in the conversation today. It's really, really amazing to have all of you watching with us and have Karina share her story. Thank God you didn't let go of that dream. Thank God you're here with us today.
I agree.
Right?
100%. And do we have time so I can share one last story?
Yes, please. We have more time. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I remember, you know, when I said that little paper I wrote down?
Yes.
Okay, so while I was also going through training, I had my little book where we have our announcements, right? And I always used to practice the messages we say on board. And I would always choose that message that was saying, welcome aboard, Ana. And it was about saying, bienvenidos a Buenos Aires, Argentina. Right? And I would practice and practice to have the right tone of voice, right? And spell the right word, that would, you know, have a nice bass, you know, nice sound, so I can sound like this, wow, flight attendant, you know? So I would do that in my kitchen, you know, many times, you know, because we were tested also. How? Remember? Yeah. Anyway, so I end up in Toronto the 3 first months of this journey, and I was on reserve in the beginning, and I received this call. I thought I would be sent to, I don't know, Halifax. Yeah, Saskatoon. Edmonton.
Saskatoon and Saskatchewan. Oh, Regina. Oh, come on. Especially at this time of the year.
So cool. So cool. And like we're putting, yeah, anyways, I'm not going to more details.
Another story.
Yeah. So I receive a call and they tell me, okay, Karina, so you're going to Santiago, Chile. And I'm like, oh, this is just all this work I've been doing, you know, because it's been hard to get there. It's been hard. Now I receive the récompense, the how do you say?
I have blessing, but like gift.
The gift,
reward.
The reward. Yes. This for me is a reward.
Yes.
They're sending me to my mama's place of birth.
Yeah.
And right, and I go see my family there also. So I was so excited, you know, and I was going with the flow. And the crew that would do those flights constantly, you know, Toronto, Santiago, they, you know, they were not that they always were happy to go there, but they kind of like, oh, I'm used to it. I'm going there so many times. And me, I was like a little young, you know, and I was 40 years old, right? And I was like, yeah, I feel like this kiddo who's like going to Walt Disney, whatnot, you know? And I was like, oh, yeah, Santiago, Chile, where? I was so happy. So I asked the crew when we boarded, I asked, oh, who's going to do the Spanish messages? And then one of our colleagues said, oh, this other person, because she's a Spanish speaker and she does all the messages, don't worry about it, he told me. And I'm like, well, it's not that I worry about it. It's like, I want to do those messages too, right? In my maternal language.
Right.
Awesome. Anyway, so no, it was said that it's her, only her. Don't go there. It's her bubble. She takes care of everything. It's like, okay, no problem. We land in Santiago. The next day we had this shuttle where we needed to go from Santiago to Buenos Aires, Santiago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go out of the hotel room, go in the shuttle bus, say hello to everybody, and the in charge, Christina Brooke, I still remember her name. She's like, so did you have fun at your layover? And she's like, well, Karina, your colleague doesn't feel well today, so we will ask you to do the Spanish messages on board, please. And I was like, oh, this is, you know, I've been calling this moment for so long. And there I am, my first Air Canada announcement that I've done was in Spanish. And I was saying to everybody, bienvenidos a Buenos Aires.
Oh my God.
The feeling was to blow my mind. To blow my mind. I felt like crying because so much happiness and joy inside. And also this feeling of saying to myself, good job, girl. You did not let yourself go. You did not yourself give up, you know. You believed in your dream, and here you are, and this is real, right?
Woo! Oh my God. I think we can end the call like this. We're not gonna end the call, but like mic drop, okay?
You like that story? Did you?
I love it. I love it. I didn't know that story, and I absolutely love that you shared it because it just adds more fuel to what you were just sharing already. And you know, maybe for those that are not in the aviation industry and maybe not understanding all the exact terms, but when we say we're on reserve, it means we're on call. So we don't know where they'll need to send us. So Karina could have been not that person being called for that flight. Karina could have been sent to another flight. No, she was called for that specific flight and that specific announcement that she had manifested and asked for it and practice and speaking over and over again. So, woo, I am loving this. Let me just read a few comments. Hold on. Hello, Caroline. Katia says, let me translate what she said. She is an inspiring flight attendant for the company. She is holding on humanity, humility, respect. I'm not sure d'autrui. I'm not sure how to translate that, but generosity and conscience love. Woo! I absolutely love that. Thank you for contributing, Katia. Karen is watching. Hello. Gabriella says, amazing. The announcement story is so beautiful. I agree. Pili says, absolutely amazing. Karina, hello, Yufu. Welcome. I miss you. Oh my God. Welcome. You'll have to back up and go watch the replay because you need to hear the whole story of Karina, okay? Let me know when you have watched it.
Yeah, Yufu is a wonderful human being. He helped me through training because he does karate and whatnot, so he knows how to meditate and whatnot. He was training me for the drills, the big drills. Like we were like this, he helped me. Can I add, you mentioned Katia, that wonderful woman, with Katia, we used to do the Roams, we used to fly to Italy, and she's an amazing, strong woman. And Gabriella Love, same thing. Genevieve, that she's giving me now opportunity to do graphic design because I'm laid off. So I'm doing that also. I don't want to jump too much from one subject to another.
It's perfect. We'll jump. If you want to, do you want to say something else about somebody else?
Well, I have so many names because when you mention those names, my brain doesn't just stay quiet waiting for you to continue. I have images of me hugging those people, of me living things with them. Wonderful people that believed in me also, that send me messages of, you can do this, go for your dreams. So the big part of, all this work I've done in my roadmap in life is
Right.
I did the job, but at the same time, the people that are surrounding you, that send you that good vibe, also impact that process to reach that moment, right?
100%, for
Right?
sure. For sure. Thank you. Sandra's also watching. Hello, Sandra from Montreal as well. She says, hi, ladies. Welcome. You'll have to watch the replay as well because we're almost, we're going to wrap it soon. But I do want to shift the conversation because, one of my goals of doing this 8 weeks of flight attendant series was really to forecast and empower others by sharing, we haven't worked in almost a year, okay? And as you're hearing from Karina, you've heard me say, we are very passionate about what we do. We love what we do. So what are we going to do with our lives now that we are home? And today, if you haven't heard it, Air Canada announced a lot of layoffs, 830 flight attendants. So it really shook me a little bit because I can't wait to be back. I really can't wait. I can't wait to fly with all of you, to be with my passengers on board, to be in my uniform. That's not going to fit right now, but that's okay. But you know what I mean. And so hearing that story, that information today, I was like, oh my God, when are we going to be back at work? But anyways, regardless, as we shared in the beginning of this call, we are making the best of it. We are focusing on the blessings of the being home with my daughter. To me is such a gift. There's no price tag to that. I'm happy to be home every night with her. Now, what do we do for a year? And Karina, I want you to share your story because you were sharing with me, well, yeah, we can decide to just be depressed, sad, be angry, which are all normal feelings. And I think we've all experienced them at some point. But you decided to say, okay, I'm acknowledging those feelings, but I have another dream to accomplish, right? And having an impact on other people. So let me hear from you what you're working on right now and what you've been working on for the past few months.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, first of all, may I add to your comment about, this long journey where we're like put away from up in the air in the sky, sharing with you guys, not seeing you guys has been difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm grateful to be close to my family and so on, but I miss that environment very much. And I decided to allow myself the first days of the announcement to feel disappointed, to feel sad, to feel scared, to feel that today I'm going to spend my day in pajamas. That's it.
Right.
So I can process what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And no, I'm not going to avoid this moment where I need to let it outside and say, this is how I feel. And then we prepare for plan B, plan C, plan D, right? Because we don't know what's going on. It's like, it was very scary in the beginning. And then we kind of, with weeks passing by, we started to clue in that this could, be extended. It's like global and it affects everybody, and especially the airline industry. And then we were, sending to each other's cuckoos amongst our colleagues and say, stay strong, we can do this. We were saying a kind of like sort of bye-bye. That was really sad,
Yeah.
And then we all started shifting, most of us, to that space where, okay, find yourself something else while you wait, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which we did. So in my case, I said, well, this is a good opportunity for me to grab my computer again and do graphic design. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Right.
And then I was like, okay, well, I need to start searching for people that believe that I can do something for them, And I started nourishing that thought again, right? That yes, I can go there. Yes, I can go there. And the days were passing by, and suddenly, boom, a little message. One of our colleagues who says, "Hey, Karina, a colleague of mine told me that you told her that you had studied graphic design." And I'm like, "Yeah, yes." And I'm like, "How are you, baby?" And she's like, "I'm fine. I need a logo." It's like, "Okay, let's do it."
Let's do it.
Right? Boom. So Yasmina Baba, she let me do her logo. We had great time together doing her logo, whatnot. And then Karine, another friend of mine, colleague also, same thing. She knocks on my door. She's like, "Hey, are you?" It's like, because I want to encourage other flight attendants. So if we can encourage each other, and from one person to another, we started linking each other with the same thought of let's support each other. Let's be
100%.
solidaire. How you say? Yeah.
Oh my God, solidaire. People that are watching, help us. What is solidaire in English? Unified.
Yes.
Yeah. Unified.
Yes, exactly. And I feel so grateful that I receive all those messages from all of you guys that want to encourage me, right? And me through that capacity I have to, through graphic design, bring an image for you guys because you're having your own, plan B's and C's also. So it's a sharing, experience that we're having, and it's just amazing. And it allows us also to absorb better this reality where we're like not doing what we love being doing usually. So it helps a lot. May I add also, you were asking me what am I doing during COVID? Here's the thing, flight attendants are not just flight attendants, right?
Really?
So you're a writer, and then, one of our colleagues, Geneviève Paget, who's listening to us, she gave me that great job to do a boutique online. A shop online, right?
Yes, she'll be one of my guests next month, so stay tuned. Geneviève Paget, she has an incredible website. We'll post that website actually under this video as well, so you can start shopping right now. But Karina, what you've done with that website is absolutely stunning. Both of you work so well together, and you really created something very beautiful. I encourage everybody watching to go check it out because it's gorgeous and lots of great products on there as well.
Yeah, and she has a beautiful blog also, where she talks about her experience when we go on pairings, whatnot. There's also Karine that I don't want to forget from Jump Equestrian Apparel. She's also, in the equestrian world. Apart being a flight attendant,
right?
That's her world too, So it's
so many. Most that are watching that are flight attendants on here today are doing something else, right? Yufu, he went back to school as a real estate. Sandra as well is running her online businesses. So like I was saying, 8 weeks was not enough to forecast everybody that I wanted to share my conversations with. But if I get to share a little bit every week, so thank you for allowing me to do that, Karina. Let me just read a few comments. Oh my God, I love this interaction. Love you, ladies. Gabriela says, lots of loves and hugs to both of you. Karine says, FAs are remarkable people. Yes. Hello, Virginie. Sandra says, that's amazing. Gabriela, solidarity. So, solidarity.
Solidarity.
Thank you. Sandra says, I love our community. We take care of each other. We support each other. Exactly. Geneviève says, thank you so much, Karina, for this incredible website. I love it. Hello, Yasmin. Welcome. If you're watching live, type live in the comments. We are going to wrap this up. I'm like, there's so much to talk about. And this is like our almost not weekly, but every time we speak, me and Karina, we like minimum an hour. So I knew this show today would be lots of fun, and with all the interaction, all of you watching, I love it. So I'm not sure what you were gonna say next. I'll let you say. But
I have so much to say.
I know, right? So if you need a logo, if you need a website, let me know what other services you provide, Karina. But she's actually created my logo, as you've seen on my flyer this week. I'm super excited. It was great working with you. You're passionate. You're passionate, and you really are there to listen to your customer to make sure that what you're doing really represents the person that you're working with. So thank you for doing that. And we're creating my website, so stay tuned. My website is created. Can't wait for you all to see it. What else did you want to add, Karina?
Well, yes, maybe to say to you guys that, to you, Jess, that, you know, the days were getting closer to the January 13, this, you know, interview with you. And I was like, oh, I have time. And then close by was like, I need to prepare. Am I going to share? It's like an hour. Ooh, like, I don't know what to say, you know?
Right.
And that exercise through you, thanks to you, allowed me, and I feel so privileged that you choose me with that title also. That reminds me that I accomplished a dream. So you invite me to be part of that 8 weeks flight attendant special. You don't know how I feel inside. Like, I feel so grateful. And yeah, so I was like, okay, let's prepare. And then I ended up saying to myself, never mind preparing, because when I prepare too much, this is where I lose connection with my heart. And my head takes place. My head is more mechanical, you know, you say the right thing at the right time, But when I disconnect from the head and I talk with my heart, which I hope everybody that's listening can feel, that I am speaking to you guys with my heart. I hope I did not confuse you, anybody, but that I was clear enough.
Perfect.
So never mind too much planning when we have that opportunity to just be authentic and talk. And, you know, as we go along and we feel some words come along, and then memories come along, and then we share the best we can. And I think we did it. And I can't wait to listen to the other.
You did it after 25 minutes. Come on. Imagine now after 65 minutes, you've added so much more. Like after 30 minutes, you already had inspired me and all the people that were watching. So you did.
I hope so.
You did a great job. How can people best reach you? What's the best way? Instagram, Facebook, website?
Yeah, I have my website now.
Yes.
Yay. So it's a website where there's you know, my contact information, www.infloredesign.com.
Awesome.
Infloredesign.com, and then there's my phone number, and you can fill out the form, send me a message, an email.
Perfect. And make sure to
let's connect. That's all. Let's have fun. Let's take care of ourselves. Take care of ourselves, you know, and let's be nice to all of us, and let's be kind to all of us. And let's, when we have the opportunity to cross somebody's, you know, life, and we hear that this person has a dream, let's encourage people to go there. Yes, be realistic, of course, be rational, but at the same time, allow yourself to go there and trust yourself. And no matter what people say from outside, with those limited beliefs that 39 years old, it's too old to become a flight attendant. I felt that when I started that journey with you guys, I felt that a new family again had opened the door to me. And new, beautiful family up in the air. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. I have more comments coming in, so I have to read a few, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Sandra says, see, this is why it's great to tune in into Jessica's weekly live, because now I know Karina does web design and I think I have some work for her. Yes, and honestly, I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for this, because this is one of the reasons I started this show, was that to have a special guest every week and have that person forecast, because it's like a way for me to be able to contribute and give to others without like spending money, right? But I'm contributing in a big way, because now you can work with Sandra, and like it's just unlimited, the connection that people can have together. So thank you for sharing that, Sandra. I love you. Genevieve says Karina is the best one in capital letters. Talented, patient, so much fun to work with. Absolutely love. I cannot agree more. I said it before during the call. Wow. Like, this is a great call this week. Like, I'm loving this. Thank you all, ladies. I'm gonna read the 2 quotes that I picked for today's call, and I'm gonna let you finish with the last few words. You do not find the happy life, you make it. So that's by Camilla Kimball. So it's something that I've used every single day. I don't wake up like super woohoo la la like you seeing me right now, right? I choose to be in that state when I wake up, or later during the day when I have my coffee. But it's a decision. And then the biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. And that is Oprah Winfrey. And I thought that was powerful, because as flight attendants, we are living an adventurous life. It is an adventure. We are passionate people. And then hearing your story about living your dream is absolutely inspiring. So I want to thank you again for being on today. Thank you so much for everybody that was watching live. I'll be back next week with another flight attendant from Montreal, Miss Fatou. I can't wait to hear her story. Do you want to share last few words? Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I think I've said a lot, and I would add more and more, but yeah, time. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have a part 2. Who knows?
I want to hear the other beautiful people. Thank you.
Like every week, we're going to post this video on my Women Empowerment by Jessica DSB Facebook group. This is where you can see all the videos. We're episode 37 this week, so it's like a lot of episodes already. So if you want to go watch them, they're all on there. And under this video, Karina will post her website so that you can have the direct link to reach her. Again, Katia says, thank you for the wonderful live, inspiring, bravo ladies. Thanks ladies for this video. From Katia, and sorry, Karine was the first comment. So thank you. Well, thank you for participating, because it makes such a huge difference, right?
It does, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Happy Wednesday. Much love. Thank you, Karina, again, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Woo! Bye.
If you have enjoyed today's episode, please share with the people that you love and care about. Jessica DSB.